Here we go. Keyboard. Actually, I probably need this.
Welcome to today's invitational event, where some of the world's finest drivers will be treating us to a special exhibition of some of the sport's most iconic
Why am I here? Okay. It says short. Suzuka International Racing Course. 3 laps. Your opponents are in slower cars, but they each have a head start. Overtake them all before completing the allocated laps. So we not only have to overtake these guys, but we have to do it without murdering them. That, I think, is the challenge. In a car that we are going to get 0 laps in and 0 practice. So that's fun. It's the 2006 R26. A very, very different era of F1 than what we have in the current time. All right, so, yep, like I said, no warm-up. When do I get to go? All right. Does this car have additional traction control? Look at these wings on the front of it. Well, that's bizarre. All right. I'm trying to remember which era of F1 this is exactly. Would have been some awesome information to have given us, like, hey, you remember 2006? Here's the basic regulations of this era. Oh, I was not ready for that. There's a turn here. Oh, okay, this is, I think, the course that NASCAR used when they came here. Super short. I think the only time I've ever really seen this course would have been in Gran Turismo. Ages and ages ago. I'm kind of feeling like it's unlikely we're going to catch any of these cars. Feels like I have a lot more grip. Well, never mind. Actually, I think the biggest thing is that the steering feels a lot more numb than the current cars do. But boy, do they sound better. Alright, well, it's lap 3 and we've yet to pass anybody. So that's cool. I see them. If we can at least pass one of them, I'll feel alright. And we have to do it with no contact, of course. I feel like it's trying to set this up that we pass them on this front stretch. If we hadn't taken the outside there, it would have been easier. Well, we didn't pass any. I was close. I was close. Need one more lap. Pass goal, finish in first place. Your opponents are in slower cars. Finish position 5th. Failed. We have failed. You can restart it, or you can advance. Huh. I think I'm gonna give it one more try. It seems a little janky, a little unfair that they don't give you any time in the car before you start this. Alright. Continue. If we don't do it this time, no worries. I'm not gonna stress about it. Alright, let's see here. It's weird not knowing when you're gonna go. Here we're off. This front wing is tripping me out. I certainly remember these grooved tires and how silly they seemed back in the day. I never really understood. Why would you groove the tires instead of just making them narrower? Well, now I know where this turn is. feel like we can go much faster. And now today, they're making the tires as wide as they can. Like, I guess they were trying to slow the cars down with mechanical grip instead of aero or power. Alright, where can we pass this guy? Suzuka, especially this half of it, well, so much for not hitting them. Not exactly the easiest place. Oh, we don't want a penalty. Oh, this is exactly that kind of thing, guy. Seems like pretty much you're gonna have to pass him on the straightaway or turn one, or you're not gonna pass him cleanly. But you don't have time. Yeah, we'll just push him out. Well, we got closer. Second place. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I feel like he hit you. I don't disagree. This is very awkward. This whole thing is just very awkward. All right, we're gonna advance while failing and see what happens with that. Does that make the team angry at you or what? Stream seems to be doing okay. I don't see any more additional dropped frames. Is the audio sync and everything still staying okay? Looks like it. Tab options. Oh, it's loading. So I need keyboard for this. All right, China career practice number 1. This is not one of my favorite facilities. Of all the Tilke tracks, this is probably one of my least favorites. Alright. So our career score went up, even though we didn't pass all of that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't fully understand that whole sequence.
Okay,
Hey.
I've got something for you.
What you got?
The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback.
Okay.
Check out the details.
It seems like you could have, like, just texted me this information anytime during the week, rather than right now. But we have new parts. We've fitted the part of durability across all power unit components, as well as the gearbox, by 10%. That's not really how new parts work, but okay. Okay. We should view our R&D tree. We have 733 points, and now there's things available in the durability tree. The other ones are not quite available just yet. We could go down to aerodynamics. Let's see, that one costs 1,000. We don't have 1,000 yet. So back out of that. I like the idea of doing durability stuff. I can deal with a slower car than everybody else. I can't deal with a car that breaks down a lot, because that's going to be sad if we lose races because the car breaks down. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 500 of my resource points to make the turbocharger more reliable. This all seems like stuff that really the engineer should be talking over with us, like, hey, I think this is probably, you know, the direction we're going to be headed, if you want to test this stuff for us, instead of us making the decision. F1 says recommended, but they already pretty much pointed that direction, so. Okay. What's it say? Nothing. Okay. So out of here. Is there anything else I need to look at in here? Tire update, balanced. Do I not have the ability to choose? Now, it's worth noting that they did just patch this game to fix the error where you would wear too much stuff in practice. So it's possible that our engine has taken more wear than it should have. And all of the parts, to be honest. 64 laps is the expected lifespan of this power unit. 25 laps left. That seems scary. Alright, back out of here. Up top. Alright, I think we're done here. I don't see anybody saying that you can do tires anywhere else, so we're just gonna move on to the event. With these short races, the tire selection is not really super critical, I don't think. Hey, we won't get copyright strikes on this stuff for streams, hopefully. I think they fixed this because I haven't personally been pinged for it, so hopefully they deleted that out of the system.
This weekend sees us arrive in Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix. First up is today's practice session. Welcome then to all our viewers and of course to Anthony
weird-looking Kimmy.
As well. Now, Ant, I wanted to ask you, obviously there's a lot of hard work involved in these sessions, a lot of simulations as well. Is this something that drivers enjoy, or is it just a routine that becomes a chore?
But there's nothing routine about driving a Formula 1 car, I can tell you that. 300 kilometers per hour down the straights, 4G through the corners. It's hard to ignore those forces acting on your body.
Perez looks pretty Perez-like.
Lap after lap of hard, exhausting work. You always enjoy driving these cars. It's a real privilege.
Alright, I'm already done hearing you talk.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start with our track acclimatization process on medium tires. I will drive out because I need some time.
Right now, so take a few laps to get the tires up to temperature.
Oh, that was supposed to be Magnussen, that's right. I forgot that he took that seat. It's a little hard to distinguish the faces because sometimes it's easy to think that perhaps Codemasters has never seen a human face before. Like, I understand they're not in the business of making, like, shooter games and stuff like that, so they don't deal with human models a lot. But they insist on making them part of the F1 games, and they never seem to get that much better. Oh, China. Pretty slippery. This has to be, I think, one of the most awkward tracks that's not a street course I've ever seen. It feels like a doodle on a piece of paper that didn't actually intend to be made. Like, most Tilke tracks seem that way, but this one's just the worst about it. Turns lead into additional turns very nonsensically. There's realistic smog, yeah. I have this awful feeling like this is going to be a rain weekend. Somewhere in this weekend there will be rain. Alright, here we go. Gotta hit our boxes. Very bizarre turn one. Was it? Oh, I missed that one completely. I didn't even see it in my peripheral. Well, it's all ruined now. So I gotta slow down way more right there. Getting some purples, that'll help. That'll help regain our score back. This very awkward long left-hander. And this one, you're gonna really try and keep the car to the right and not track out on. Alright, we got a team objective of chaining 5 corners. Missed this one. Missed it totally. Really missed the turn. Now, if we get the green status on this one, I'm gonna take it because I'm trying to keep laps off the car. I'm worried about the wear because we did so much practice in Australia. Break at 100. See, I did this track recently enough in the 2016 playthrough that I do remember it. It's just a little awkward that F1 is the only place I do this track in.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Do I have to? Oh, we already missed that one, so it's not gonna happen. Like, I could just stop now, couldn't I? We're not chaining anything together right now. See, I'd rather just stop and save the car. That would require going to pit road or... Ooh. Otherwise... Because it said I had like 25 laps left on the engine, which is not great considering it's race number 2. And I think the race is probably about 25 laps, maybe less. So yeah, I think I'll just go to pit road on this lap. I've got to figure out this turn. Which this is a good program. I like the concept of this. It is very good to teach you a track, especially if you're not using the driving line. But we have plenty more programs to go, so there will be time to learn the track. Turn in, please. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna give a go at learning this pit road. Is this the one that Hamilton beached it on? Lost the championship? That was probably speeding. Whoa, Sharky. Rude. Rude. Alright. Slowly get us back to the garage. This is why I usually just hit escape and hit go to garage. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Flop. Okay. So that one is done. We can see that on the screen, but it won't let us actually look at it until, of course, they finish putting the tires together. Silly, silly game. The next one is tire management. So this one... pretty much have to do all 3 laps, I believe. Oh, no, that's not true. You can do it.
We haven't done a race simulation on any tyre yet. We have multiple sessions available, so it isn't urgent right now, but we should make time for a tyre wear program at some point.
Thanks. I'm literally doing it right now. Here we go. So this one's all about just being consistent and not sliding the tires, which I'm totally great at. I'm not very great at, honestly. But I should have some idea after this what kind of lap times I should be aiming for. .143. Come on, turn please. Such a weird turn. We're in a red on the tires.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
See if we can save it. We're very good on time. It generally seems to me that the best way to do this is probably to net yourself some time and then just start taking it easy on the tires. See, like, I could be pushing it harder here. And I'm going to try and get the tires to be happy. No slidey. Yeah, still have time on the table. No slide, no slide. Okay, we're in the purple. Ooh, there was a little slide there. Up to purple. See, this would be great if I could do purple on lap 1. And not have to put any more laps on the car. A little bit early on the brakes there. It's good for the car. Alright, very good.
Program complete. Good
Program
work.
complete.
Head
Alright.
back to the garage and we'll start going over the data.
I'm gonna do exactly that. Oh, it's so nice being able to actually pause, not being in multiplayer. They animated all of that so you'll watch it. I'm gonna not watch it. The only thing about not maximizing all your practice stuff is that you don't get as many resource points. Yes, that is true. But I'm okay with that for now because, like I said, I don't want to expire our engine immediately. We have enough time to do this fuel-saving one, and it's more laps on track, so we'll do that. I need to mount this keyboard somewhere. I see we threw some frames on the ground somewhere along there. It would be really nice if they gave you force feedback before it let you drive. Now this one, I didn't seem to be very good at. I think I needed all 3 laps to do it in Australia. Shift right when it hits red. And what they tell you to do is like, well, just coast a lot. You know, let off the gas and coast to the turns. It doesn't really make this car very happy to do that. Trying it. Lots of coasting. Left it in a low gear. Shifting early. The shifting early doesn't seem to save you a ton of fuel. Unsurprisingly, it's staying off the throttle that gets you the most. Seems like we're okay on target time. See, I'm like off throttle all the way through that turn. I don't know how to save more than that. Good thing this isn't the tire wear one. Not full throttle. I suppose trying to make the track as short as possible is also a way to save fuel. Oh, not first gear. That was a bad idea. See, we have tons of time here. Could I just, like, coast it around this turn and try and, like, cheese it? Not quite.
Acceptable lap, but you're capable of more if you work at it.
I was acceptable. I agree. I accept. Look at that. I'm learning how to use the keyboard on the left.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute
Yeah.
41.2.
Catching up on the chat. Middle of the road, nominal. What more can you ask for, really? Wait, what was that? This shows me where I was good on fuel and where I was bad on it? Where's the tire one? Interesting. Well, that's good information to know. Cool. Qualifying pace. Should we try qualifying pace if we have time? Yeah, they're saying we have time. Let's do it. Coasting on the straights before they break. I can see that. It's hard to do in this car, an F1 car. It's got so much downforce and drag that when you lift off the gas, it is like hitting an aero brake. Let's see what we can do here with qualifying pace. They're predicting 13th. Seems to be our overall target probably for the season. That was good. Wow, 8/10 up. I didn't change the AI level at all. Are they still wildly inconsistent? Like they were in the last game? Or is it possible I'm just that bad at Australia? It is possible to increase the AI during season, I do believe. And if it's the case that I start outperforming what this car can perform, I will indeed increase them incrementally. Yes. Missed it. This is going to be the turn in the race that will make or break us. If we lose our front wing there or not. As well as running wide here, it can really cost you a bunch.
Right, that's the end of the program. Box
All right.
this lap so we can analyze the data.
Analyze that data. And data. Okay. Turn to garage. No, I'm not. I am not very good at Australia. I don't seem to understand that track at all. I need to improve there, but again, it's one of those tracks you only ever do in F1, and that's not terribly often. All right, well, that's it for this session. All this advice and fuel saving is stuff we do in trucks. Yeah, it should be the same for every vehicle, really. You would think. Yeah, we had a few little frames there. Nothing
An
terrible.
interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three.
Now, granted, we were the only ones to do a qualifying run, to do SS Super Soft tires.
We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
But it is looking like we might be a little too fast. Albert Park iRacing win. I doubt ever. I doubt ever. Howdy, how's it going? We're trying the F1 thing. My dude. We're working our way through practice. It's looking like we might be a little too fast here, but we'll get a better idea here in P2, where the other cars will do some qualifying runs. All right. Good session. Got anything to say there, pink shirt? No? You look like somebody that's going to be stealing my job. Like you're here to talk about a future ride or something. Rivalry, all that stuff, all that good jazz. We don't really care about it. You have low standards. Skip the copyright thing. And It is raining. What does that mean for, like, this stuff? Like, say it's raining, and then you go and do tire management, then, what does that really do for you? If it's going to be a dry race, I don't know. I don't know how it handles that. But now we have to do race strategy. But again, it's raining, so what good is that really going to do us? I don't know, but I guess we're going to get some time here in the rain. There go those frames. Yeah, they happen in little batches. We're sitting at 1.3%, which is still doable. How slippery is it? It's pretty slippery. It is real slippery. Please be a dry race. Get the rain over with now. Oh, buddy. I'd even rather it rain in qualifying. I'll start last if it's going to be a dry race. Now, hopefully, they've adjusted our target times accordingly. Looks like they have 156. Turn, please. Everything's fine. It's great, actually. Alright. So I think this is the one you can do in as few as 3 laps. It's not terrible. There's quite a dry line right now, so I'm probably getting these tires awful hot. So there's a thing we can bring up to look at that. Yeah, I see you, Yellow Engine. I have a feeling we might do well this weekend, but I'm worried we're probably going to lose the engine in the race. There's our tire temps. See if they go down more in the water. It seems like they do. It's overall not too bad, though. Yeah, we're like way above target. Yeah, we lost quite a bit there. Where's the Comcast chat thing? There is absolutely nothing I can do about it. We were at 50% frame drops as of last week, and this is as good as I've been able to get it. Which is why I'm also recording. Just in case we lose it all.
Till we see this heavy rain
there you go.
Into light rain.
50 minutes, so the rest of practice, basically. And even then he said light rain. Okay, buddy. This is probably not wise. It wasn't. Got us all offline. It's not as slick off of the dry line as I expect it to be. Well, I presume other cars would have been on track. Locked him up. Signs is like, what a jerk. He passed me, then he started going slow.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Right. Fine.
You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Okay. So we could stop here. And I think we probably will. Try and keep laps off the engine. Probably already no hope for us, because we still have to qualify. Oh no, we're in the grass. Yeah, let's get out of here. I don't like to play in the rain. Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship! Let's see. Had quite a few spikes here all of a sudden, but it's still moderately stable. Okay, so that told us basically nothing for the race. I'm going to exit this. And what I'm going to do is probably unadvisable. Now, I would like to take a brief pause here. Can anyone give me any decent reason why instead of the arrow buttons, they make moving through the menus F5 and F6? I would love to hear a solid reason for why they do that. Let's see, race settings. Can't change that, and it is still on 70. Does seem like we'll probably be raising that, maybe to like 75 or so. We'll see after this qualifying session, really. Retire from session.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Vettel, Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas.
Okay, well, we didn't go out and win this practice session, so that's closer to reality. We're still a little too fast. Chat had some really great reasons. I'm not going to read them out because they're just so great that I don't think they even need to be said, really. I think we were all thinking it. Okay, hire constituents to decide the buttons. Maybe. So we're going to go into P3. I might not run it, to be honest. It's just lazy development, to be honest. I would guess so. And it really feels like they don't beta test these games, considering they released it with a major error in the default settings of the career. That seems like maybe we're not beta testing our games at all. Oh, Zera's got the best answer. F5 and F6 are the least used keys, thus most likely to not be broken. Very, very plausible idea. Alright, well, we have to go to practice 3, but we'll probably just skip it from there. Once we hear that. Alright, we're back on dries. Let's go to session info. Weather is in here somewhere. Somewhere. Toggle weather. Qualifying starts in the rain, then dries, as of now. Race is cloudy as of now. So it's going to be questionable weather all weekend.
Okay, here's something to remember about this circuit. Be careful of the double left-hander at turns 9 and 10.
Okay.
The apex is later than you think. It's possible to carry a fair amount of entry speed through 9. That'll put you against the outside curb for a good entry to 10. Don't be too early on the power here, though. There's not much grip until you get well past the apex.
Alright. That was actually valuable information. Also, what's valuable information is this. The scores on how we did on the track. So you can see it's turns 2 and 3 that I kind of struggle with. And braking for 11. I'm braking too early for 11, it seems. That is all actually valuable information. I wish it updated as you went, but it's still good to know. And with that good information out of the way, I'm going to retire. Yep.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three. Vettel, Bottas,
yeah, the menus,
and Kimi Räikkönen.
In general,
Practice
I don't
times
think
are on the board then, but no points are on
Codemasters
offer
understands
we'll be back
UI
with
design.
More F1 action soon.
Alright, here we go. Nico got himself up to 11th in that session. What's the blow dryer like object doing in front of the? Yeah, it's actually an air conditioner. Like it's blowing cold air into your face or fresh air. Race cars are hot. Race cars are very hot. Even F1 cars, you think it's open. Oh, it's gonna be, you know, not that bad. But there's engine cooling systems, turbos, batteries, electric motors, all that stuff underneath of you and around you. It's probably pretty stifling in there. Let's listen to our voicemail.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Thanks. Does that remind anybody else of Deal or No Deal? Like those little scripted suggestions on what you should do? That's what it reminds me of. 11th place, beat Nico Hulkenberg. I have a feeling we're going to get ourselves into Q3. Oh, every time you see it, you're going to post that? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Here we go. Probably missed my whole Deal or No Deal thing. I'm used to being inches away from explosions. So you drive the Mikanda, huh?
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this
Very
F1
specific.
qualifying session here in Shanghai, China. With the weather as it
Hey,
is today,
Vettel.
Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Oh, I think it's
Traditionally,
going to
these are
be
very Adrian Newey
the Renault
conditions.
driver.
The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet.
That
And
was
it's
actually
helped them
valuable
close the
information.
power gap a number of times over recent years. I think force injury as well, always
Science
a bit of
just,
a
like,
dark
stared into
horse
our
in
soul.
changeable conditions. And of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor
What
is
lap
going to
is
be
this
the
going to
timing.
explode on?
The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
Of course. We have to look at Lewis. Alright. I could throw more downforce on it, but I think I was actually running more downforce than this track actually needs to begin with, so I'm just going to go to the track. Once cars lift pit lane, you'll be able to make front wing adjustments. This is true, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go out into a flying lap. Interesting that Bottas is apparently the one they got right. Alright, we don't have to worry about Durs at all. See, there is no dry line as of right now. Looks like we're behind one of the Red Bulls, or maybe a Toro Rosso, I couldn't quite see. I'm going to give myself a little gap here, because we got time behind us. Down to the power. Now, I didn't get any weather updates on if it's going to dry out in this session. But there's cars out on track, which leads me to believe probably not. This is a little bit of a faint dry line, but you can see that whoever that is in front of me is leaving tracks. Locking up. I'm very glad the Shark gave me the advice to change the linearity of the brake pedal. I need to make that change in 2016 because it's very necessary. Makes you much less likely to lock the brakes up. One nice thing about the rain is that the dry line actually gives you a nice, like, driving line around the track. A little bit too much lockup. So doing 51s. I think I did like a 52 in similar conditions. Feels maybe a little slicker. Cool down the tires a bit. Please stop, please stop, please stop. Okay. Feel like we closed in a bit in the last sector. So So I think this is probably a pretty good lap. Fastest lap so far. Which means if we're smart, we will go to the garage right after this. I'm actually going to take the car to pit road though. Pit road because I'm a little worried about that pit entry. I want to get some more practice at it. I'm sure it simulates the engine damage
We've only got 2 laps, a few
whether you drive back or not. The slower you go, the slighter it gets. Oh, it was Verstappen that was in front of us. Curious what their pace difference is in the rain versus the dry, too. In 2016, they were much less competitive in wet conditions than they were in dry conditions.
We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Alright, there's our weather update. 10 minutes of rain. That's the turn that's going to catch me out. How much is left in the session? Slide. Slide. Yeah, we've had some pretty big frame drops.
Nico's P7.
Probably, if it pauses, you're gonna end up having to restart the stream entirely. I think if it drops more than like, 2 seconds worth, Twitch is just gonna stop the stream altogether. A little early. Ooh, shark. Rude. Rude. It seems to happen in cycles, like it's a wave. And I haven't quite figured out what the wave of it locking up is. But it definitely does happen that way. I don't know your bot anymore. Okay, so looking at the session. Zoom please. Zoom please. Session info. We're still first. Alright, there's 10 minutes left in the session. He said 10 minutes of rain. There's no chance that it would dry out enough for the times to improve. Very doubtful. Very, very, very good printing. Yeah, Comcast will never get better. So I'm going to accelerate time. I'm not going to end the session. I'm just going to accelerate time. Just to see how things are shaping up. If I see the time start to drop, then maybe we'll head out again. The track will dry as people drive on it for sure, but I don't think it's going to dry enough to cause us to fall out of 16th place. Or 15th place, whatever it is. We're still P2. Hulkenberg's down in 14th. Definitely going to be increasing the AI, it looks like. That will be the case. Track conditions are still damp. It is indeed not raining anymore. We're in second, Hulkenberg in 12th. So we're both through to Q2. That's good. That's good for our team. We're going to see, though, if we actually have pace now. Because it's not impossible that, that we're going to be much slower in the dry.
We seem to be having some software issues at the moment. Sit tight for a few minutes while we reboot some things, okay?
What? We're gonna lose 5 minutes of this session. Rude? Yes, Xavier. I cannot explain that. I drop frames, I drop video, but the audio never stops. I have no idea why that could be. Alright, well, 4 minutes. I'm going to go grab myself a new drink.
Times are dropping. Looks like track conditions are starting to improve.
Oh, we're still on rains. Interesting. Is it raining again? Looks like it is. Three minutes. Audio is sent on different channel data and requires less bandwidth. I really do think that the issues I'm having are to do with the fact that there is major construction going on near me, and they are actually laying new internet lines. They're laying fiber down the road, and obviously they've screwed something up. They've gotten something damaged in this process. Let's see, 224. Indeed. I mean, we're still only at 3.8%, so it's not apocalyptic conditions, but it's not great either. Improving infrastructure, well, that's new. Well, we'll say they're improving it, however, they're breaking it while they're improving it, so that's not so great. I just got here and I've already been called a big bobble. Well, it happens. Track IR. Anybody getting nauseous?
If you want to know
Hey
specific
guys.
information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display.
Okay.
While the radio is active,
I'm
cycle through command
rested
groups
enough
with
that
the
I can just
MFD
hit
button.
skip repair time. So let's go turn our lap now. Enter and enter. Now that we've forgotten how to drive. It's pretty dry. I probably should have waited and seen if it was going to be dry tire conditions. This may have been a mistake. There's no water out here. These are not the right tires. Yeah, how much does the guy that blows the AC on the driver's face, how much money do they make? And where do I apply? At one point, Dux looked at some job listing for one of the teams. Maybe it was Red Bull, and it was like for an IT person, a network admin, something like that. But if you wanted to be the network admin, you also had to be a tire carrier or something of that sort. So it seems as though everybody has multiple jobs. Even if you're somebody who's an engineer to work on the car, technically, you probably have some other job to do as well. It's not driving abysmal, but there's like no mist coming off the tires, and it looks very dry. Leads me to believe dry tires would be better. Yikes. We should look at our temperatures. They're not bad. 80 in the rear. They're getting a little hot. It's definitely not feeling as good as it did last session. Oh yeah, that's getting too hot.
Nico's currently in P6, 6th place. That's P2. You're currently
Nico
in
is in
6th.
We, I think, need to get back to the garage ASAP. Get these tires off of this thing. Serent. How's it going? Return to the garage. What game is this? It is F1 2017, which is similar to 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10, and I believe 9? Alright. They're going out on slicks. We have to hurry here. Set up F2.
So far, our fastest lap is a
Hand it over, you jerk.
51.5.
Tire select F5. Dry tires. Super softs. That happened instantly. Go to track. Flying lap. Whew. A NASCAR VR game. Just a NASCAR game in general. That isn't terrible would be nice. I would even be willing to let Codemasters give it a try. Alright, so it's still a little moist. So we need to now... Oh, ran out of time. Cross your fingers. Oh, 10th. 10th. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Let's see. 6 cars, including Nico, got out on the slicks. Ooh, we cut that close. I mean, really, it's the team's fault because of the electrical issue, really. NASCAR Heat 2 looks good. It looks better. I'm not going to go out and say it looks good. Alright, Q3. Now everybody's going to be out on slicks. Let's see what we can do. Also, I'm not going to call iRacing a NASCAR game. Can't call it a game if there's no AI, I believe. That's my distinction. It's a NASCAR sim. But like, NASCAR 2003 was both. It was a sim and a game. And you might say it was middle of the road of both. By today's standards, anyway. I really like that sound of the flap closing. Oh, we're in the grass. There goes this lap. We're gonna bail on this one. Save tires. Does default to max fuel, good to know. Bail, bail, bail. Sure, it was a purple sector. Nobody's gone yet. You're like first out on track. I'm a little curious why everybody is waiting. Unless they think the track's gonna dry more? Maybe. I'm not too sure on that. that really the sound of the flap? I'm sure it's not actually. And there's no chance you can actually hear that thing close in a car with a helmet on and the car making noise around you. And the wind noise. In reality, the noise we're hearing in the car, nothing like what you would actually be hearing. But it makes for a better video game. Fuel back up. Go for a good launch out of this turn. Fastest lap. Look at us go. Down to third gear here. A little skatey. Missed my turning point again there, however. Sounds like the others are coming out on track now. Now that they let the guinea pig go.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright. It's been a while since we've done laps at speed. Now I've kind of lost that groove. Had another stream bobble. Yes.
You're nearly out of fuel. Almost
Oh
out
yeah,
of fuel.
we lost a ton there.
In the next 2 laps.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do or say about it. It's probably gonna be our only lap of Q3 right here. I don't want to destroy the car. A 139. That might be enough for mid-pack, like maybe 7th or 8th. Cone is saving too many frames right now. They're mine. They're my frames. To garage. Don't freak out about the hurricane in Florida. Don't. Freaking out about it is not the right thing to do. Wait a little while, see what's going to happen, and then make an informed decision. Been here 25 years. What just caught it there? My glasses? Stick a track higher there. Whoop! Sorry. I won't look at you, track higher. Yeah, 25 years. A lot of storms have come and gone. Just don't let the hype, don't let the media get to you. Currently 3rd. Session info. 139. Where is timings? Hamilton beat us by almost a second in the first sector. So, yeah, odds are we're going to be 8th, 9th, or 10th, I would say. I got stuck at Grid Life during Harvey. I didn't realize that's where you were. Interesting. I knew you had left. I thought you left to avoid the storm. Well, that's... I guess if you're going to be stuck somewhere for it, it's not a terrible place. Yes, I was very glad that your house and most importantly your cars were fine. Yeah, I'm not going out again.
Speed trap, 320.8 kilometers per hour.
Slowest in the speed trap, interesting. Alright, Stroll has gone to the pits. He might go out again. Yeah, he just did. Yeah, I think we're going to end up 9th and 10th. We'll see. Let's accelerate. Accelerate some more. 6th and 7th would be nice. Hey, you can live in a car, but you can't race a house. Well said.
Qualifying is complete,
Oh,
and
6th
we're
and
all
7th
set
it
for an
is.
exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are Hamilton, Vettel, and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll
Oh,
be
is that what
live,
remains?
uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
I was so confused as to what could possibly be next after Q3. Thank you for informing me. All right, 6th and 7th. Can we survive turn 1? Can we survive lap 1? That will be the question of the race. All right, gonna give myself just a second here. Well, we're dropping all the frames, so I'll give Comcast a moment to recuperate, and then we'll start the race.